everybody. This is Mark Muhammad. I'm from HEADEUS Maximum, and we're here at the House of Athlete in Tampa, Florida, and we have special guest, Mello Dotson of the Kansas Jayhawks, one of the premier cornerbacks in the nation with big pick six ability. How you doing today?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So, hey, it's a blessing. It's wonderful to have you here. Watching you all last season, last 2 seasons, and it's been fun to watch you play the cornerback position. That's my favorite position to watch. One of my favorite positions on the field. I think it's the hardest position to play in football. And a lot of people debate that, but I really think that's the hardest position to play. How you doing today?
Doing good.
All right, all right. So we just gonna dive into it, and we're gonna go into who Mello Dotson is and go into your personal life. Can you tell us a little about your upbringing in Daytona Beach and how it shaped you?
My upbringing was like, I always lived with my mom, my brother, and my sister. My great-grandma and my mom's mom, like, them two helped us out, like, a lot. So, like I said, I lived with my mom. My father was, like, in and out of prison. My mom had a boyfriend who's still here to this day, so I had him too, but, like,
Okay.
my biological father was in and out of prison.
Right. With that being said, what we want to do, we're going to celebrate your mom and your mom's mom. And what we're going to do is tell the whole universe your mom's name and your grandmother's name.
My mom's name is Shanette Lord. Her mom's name is Shaquetta Lord. And her mom's name is Lena Bush.
And I know they got to be proud of you because
Most definitely.
For you to be in Kansas and how close are you to graduate?
I already graduated.
Congratulations.
I
thought
that.
you did, but I just wanted to be sure. Congratulations. So I know they're proud of that because, hey, to have and just keeping it real, to have a young black man go through life and get to college and graduate and have something to give back to, not just by showing as an example, but encouraging the people under him to do, what you did, because I know it was struggles through life. All of us have it. So
Right.
It ain't, all of us have struggles. It's how we get through them and who we allow to educate us and the network we get around to help us through that. But you know that because you graduated from college, and I know that. Share with me or with us your struggles in life or how you navigated through those struggles to get to where you are now, because the platform you're standing on now, you're with a good Kansas team. You and Kobe Bryant, in my observation and what I hear around, probably the best cornerback duo in the nation. And me and you talked earlier, just briefly, and I said, and I would stand on this, if you and Kobe Bryant was at a Georgia, was at a Alabama, y'all would be, without a doubt, first rounders.
I agree.
Period, first rounders. But in reality, you're not. But I still think, in my observation and what I know, and I learned, for anybody that's listening, I learned from the great Eugene Parker. If anybody know who Eugene Parker was, he was Deion Sanders' agent. So I know how to look at cornerbacks. I know what to look for. And I think you and Kobe are on that level, first day level, or first 2 or 3 rounds. That's just my observation. And it's in y'all play. It's not just what I say, it's in y'all play. So flipping back to that, we're gonna go back to when you was coming up. How did you get it started in football? Who influenced you? Who motivates you? And who encouraged you to be who you are today?
I started playing football at 5.
Okay.
I can't remember who took me out there. I just know ever since I was 5, like, I only missed 1 year of football. That was 2009. But I know, like I said, I had my mom, and she had a boyfriend. His dad, who I call my grandfather,
Say their names. Put it out there.
Tony Williams, he used to come get me and my brother and take us to practice every day when he got off work. So he played a big role in me staying committed to football. I ain't really had nobody to look up to when I was coming up. Like as far as I ain't know no NFL players, no college athletes. I ain't know none of that. I just fell in love with the game, and then as I got older, I started learning more about the sport. I was just running around and
Learning life as it came to you instead
Right.
of somebody teaching you about
Right.
life. Understand where you coming from. What are your hobbies and interests you have outside of football?
Really, my main one is I just like to get in my car and just drive and listen to music for real.
That's what I do for real too. Yeah, just it's
That's really
therapeutic.
yeah.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. What are some of your biggest inspirations or role models in life? And the way it sound was the three beautiful women that was in your life, and your stepfather, or I don't know if you know your mother's.
So like I said, coming up, I ain't have nobody that I knew that was playing football or nothing like that. But as I started getting older, I had two bigger brothers. One of them went on to continue to play football at a collegiate level. The other one, he working now. But, that one, I just wanted to be a football player. That's all I really knew,
Mm-hmm.
So my oldest brother, like I said, he continued to play football. He got a big name in college football. That's somebody who I started looking up to.
Okay.
And I just wanted to do, even in high school, I just wanted to do everything better than he did.
Right.
So that's
Where did he play at?
he started his career at Georgia Tech.
Okay.
Then this was before the portal, so when he left Georgia Tech, he had to go JUCO.
Yeah.
Then he ended up going, I think he went to FAU out of JUCO. Then after that, he played good at FAU and then ended up going to Florida State where he finished at.
Okay. What position?
Corner.
Corner.
Yeah.
Okay. So that runs in the family. Okay, locking down people.
Yeah, he led the nation in interceptions.
Okay, he did. How many interceptions he had?
9. He was tied for first.
Woo! How many interceptions did you have last year?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So you was feeling what he was feeling.
I wasn't feeling that.
You weren't feeling
I'm
that?
gonna feel it though.
No, I know that's right. I know that's right. You got the ability, and you got, one thing when I watch you and I watch your highlight, you have that anticipation for when that ball's in the air, that ball hawking vision and skill and everything. If you ain't gonna snatch it out the air, you're gonna knock it down.
Right.
And you can see that in your play. All somebody I do is look and watch and see how you play. That's fun to watch. That's really fun to watch. And one game I was watching, it was a pick 6, and I think I was happier than you.
Yeah.
When I seen you run off, out the end zone, kind of, yeah. So that was a blessing. I started watching Kansas when Craig Young came to Kansas. Right. So that's when I started being aware, and I was like, Craig, y'all got some ballers on the defensive side and on the offensive side. So, and that's when I started watching Kansas. So it's going to be fun to watch y'all this year and
Most
stuff.
definitely.
It's going to be interesting because y'all got a few pieces missing. So we're going to see, like you said, the coach know what he doing and stuff. We're going to see how he plug and play. Right. How do you balance your time between academics, football, and your personal life?
Now I ain't got nothing but time. So
right.
It's straight workout, get my extra work in, and I got time for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I've been, my grandfather I mentioned, he taught me how to fish.
Okay.
So, coming up in high school, I wouldn't focus on fishing, cause I was a late bloomer. I ain't had no scholarships to the very end. So, my mind was strictly on trying to get to college. But now, I ain't got nothing but time, so That's what I've been on lately. Fishing, talking to my son. That's it.
What's your son name?
Casey. He'll be 2 August 4th.
Big props to you because you're breaking the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, your pops wasn't near like you would wanted him to be, but you're there for your son. Continue to be like that all through life and stuff. And you'll bless your family and on to the next generation. So big props to you for being the pops. Because I knew you had a son because me and you talked about it earlier.
Right.
Yes, sir. That's big, man. That's big. What values or principles do you live by?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
Yes, sir. Give me an example of that when you say loyalty. Like in you can do a past experience in your life, or you can do a current experience, or you can just, make up a scenario.
All right, so like I just said in high school, I wasn't getting no offers or nothing like that. But one of the coaches that I played for when I told you I was coming up, he worked at my high school, and then he ended up getting a head coaching job at a school down the street. When he got there, his players went to blowing up, and it would have been easy for me to transfer, follow him, and leave and go down there just for a scholarship. But the high school head coach that I was playing up under, he preached to us don't leave when that ship start rocking and finna sink. Stay loyal, stay grounded. And I took that to college and ran with me. When I head coach, I signed with Les Miles coming out of high school.
Okay.
So he wasn't that long. I could have, packed it up, portal, left. I wasn't taught to do that. I was taught to be loyal.
And you know what? I know you telling the truth. And to anybody watching this interview, I know you telling the truth because there were some colleges that wanted you and you stayed loyal to Kansas. I know that for a fact. So you, with loyalty, you standing on business. Can you describe your experience playing high school football at Mainland High School?
I'm pretty sure for everybody, high school the best times of your life. Like you're a little older, you almost grown. Like all your friends there, sometimes your family members go to school with you. Like them the best times of your life. Like then if you're a baller, you doing all that in front of everybody that you know. Like all your friends, family, all that coming to the game, supporting you. Them the best times of your life for real.
Right. So when did you start receiving offers or colleges start being interested in you? When did you turn the corner for that and, things start changing for you?
Like the end of my junior year, early senior year, like that spring season is when I received my first offer from Charlotte. I remember this like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my room playing a game, and I'm looking on Instagram. At the time, I'm like, I am the best corner in the area at the time, so I'm looking on Instagram. So I see a couple players they getting offers. So I never been no hater or nothing like that, but I hit my head coach up. I'm like what's going on? Something ain't right. Feel me? So we had that conversation, and probably 20, 30 minutes later, coach called me from Charlotte, up in North Carolina. That was the first school to offer me. I still know the coach name and all, and from there, that's when it went up.
Okay. Well, and I'm pretty sure that was an exciting time for you because it was new, even though you deserved it. And you said you was the best corner in the area. What was your stats like at that time?
From that spring that I just mentioned up until the 5th game or the 6th game, I had an interception in every single one of those games.
I can see that.
So I'm like, and I probably had like 1 pick six or something like that. I'm like, something ain't right. Like, I ain't get it at the time, but like, at the time, like I wasn't as patient as I am now. Like I just learned patience. Like having a son, like that's teaching me a lot of patience, cause
Yes, sir.
they just want to jump around, and
Yes, sir.
so at the time I wasn't patient. I'm like, something ain't right. Like I ain't know if it was me being me. I'm like, bro, I know it ain't me. Like something just ain't right. So like a lot of high school players, they want to put the blame on their coaches, but most of the time it is you. Like you ain't doing something right. You got to find what that is and do that right. But when that happened, like I got that taught me to be humble though, right there.
And it sounds like you're mature and you understand what accountability is, and you understand how to look in the mirror and see if it's you first.
Right.
That's the thinking of a man. So keep evolving that way, because all of us go through that stages where we're pointing outwards until we realize it's inwards. It start with you.
You got something to fix.
Yeah, you got something to fix. There you go. And what's bigger than that is by you being a father, without words, your son is learning from you. You see what I'm saying? That's the first thing a child recognizes, especially a son and a father, is not what you say. If you're around and you're in your son's life, he see what you do. He see how you communicate with women. He see how you communicate with their mom. He see how you handle or problem solve. You know what I'm saying? So doing the right thing is better than talking the right thing. But when both of them line up together, that's even greater. Can you talk about what you do to mentally and physically prepare for life in a game, and do you see any similarities from how you prepare mentally and physically for life in a game? Is there similarities to you?
Yeah, I feel like it's a similarity. Like everything is think before you do. So you gotta observe everything around you at all times. Like that's like watching film. That's like before you get out of the car, observing your area, see what's going on. That's like you being at a party, observing like everybody, how they moving, like everything start with an observation. So that keep you on point.
And that's important. And even though you're talking about life too, I can see like it's a what I want to say. It's a militant mindset, not militant as in you want to cause harm or whatever, but militant in the observation of everything. Just like you said, when you get out of the car, you just don't get out of the car.
Right.
You look at the traffic, you look at whatever's around you, whatever, then you get out.
Right.
And that's everything in life. It's chess moves, you know. For every move you make, there might be a counter move or whatever, so you got to think like 3 or 4 steps ahead. Can you talk about a particularly challenging game or season and how you overcame it?
I feel like last year my most challenging game was Oklahoma State. Like, and before that it was the bowl game that previous year. Them was probably my 2 most challenging games.
Why Oklahoma State and why the bowl game?
I'm gonna start the bowl game first. As a DB, you mess up, like that's you messing up. Like you can't put the blame on nobody else.
Nobody else.
Feel me? Like that's you. So I felt like I was just too eager to try to make a play in that bowl game. Like I wouldn't focus on my technique or none of that. Like I was giving up simple stuff. I probably gave up 100 yards or something that game. That's never.
And that's not you.
That's nothing I ever want to do. Like.
Right.
But luckily, see, you brought up Kenny earlier. That's somebody who gonna put me in my place and tell me like you dead wrong. And even when I ain't on the head, that's what I needed to hear. That's why I got so much respect for bro, cause like
Kenny Logan.
Yeah, he ain't sugarcoating nothing with me.
Right.
And those type of people I like around me.
Right.
I don't like a bunch of
right.
people who gonna tell me stuff I like to hear, you know?
And know you doing it the wrong way. Right.
And to the Oklahoma State game, like I said, probably the same thing, too eager, not worrying about technique. Gave up another 100. But then was like a year apart. Like, not saying like it's a good thing, like that's just something I should have learned from that bowl game. Like, this not happening again.
Right.
I feel like I got too lenient that week, and I ain't do that again.
So for potential cornerbacks, because everybody gonna have a bad game. I don't care how great you are. How do you, because you almost have to have a mindset that per play or per game that you got to forget about that and get back to the basics.
Exactly.
So how do you handle that? Because when you're in the moment of things, you know what I'm saying, and Kenny Logan is telling you the truth,
right?
And in your mind, you know you messed up. How do you mentally get back on your square and start doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Like
without emotions.
Whether it's a coach or like somebody like King, let me tell you, I got you. Like, if I mess up, it ain't, what can I say? Like, I messed up, like, I got you, like, I'm gonna fix it.
Right.
So that's my mindset, like, if I mess up, I'm gonna let you know I got you and gonna keep playing.
You got players who will mess up.
And you can go to whining.
And now the receiver got him all game.
Right.
On him.
I ain't that type of person.
And then that carries into the next game, you know.
I done seen it.
Yeah. So speaking of Kobe Bryant, have y'all learned off of each other? I mean, is it something, because each one of y'all got strengths and weaknesses about your games. Is it something that you may have learned from him and you can't answer what he learned from you, only he can answer that?
Right.
So is there anything you learned from him or y'all help each other with?
He another one of those people like Kenny. Like, if I'm messing up, he probably louder than Kenny though.
Kobe.
Yeah. So like when he's saying this, like, come on, bro, like I know I messed up, like, but he gonna keep going. He gonna make sure you.
Cause you know you can play at a higher.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So, something I learned from him. When we first got to Kansas, like all that trying to run hitches and all the comebacks, none of that ain't going with him.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you're not catching that on him. So I try to take that from him. You know, I probably still some stuff I can work on with that, but that's something I noticed, like, first things I noticed from him, like, you ain't going like that.
Cause when you watch, this is God's honest truth, iron really do sharpens iron. And sometimes when you watch, y'all look similar, and the only way from a distance somebody can tell y'all is to look at y'all numbers.
Right.
You'll be like, oh, that's Mello. Oh no, that's Kobe. Then you be like, oh, that's Kobe. Then be like, oh no, that's Mello. So y'all kind of look alike playing and everything. So that's a good thing because both of y'all are recognized as top cornerbacks and everything. And if somebody don't see that y'all top cornerbacks, they might not know what they doing.
You know, it ain't too many people gonna get nobody from Kansas they flowers. It ain't too many people who gonna do that.
don't know why they missing out if they don't see that. What are some of the areas of your game that you're currently working on improving?
Always tackling. You know, the number be high, but as a corner, all your tackles ain't gonna be pretty.
Right.
Um, so tackling and probably pressing.
Pressing.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your goals for your senior year and beyond in football?
Yeah, I told you what I was chasing. Told you I gotta, what my brother did, I gotta
Right.
be better than that. Outside of football, you know, I ain't really got a lot of time for everything.
Right.
So spending time with my son probably like number one.
Good priority. That might be the best answer you can give. You know, I know football players and teams might not want to hear that, but our children is number one. I don't care what
Most
nobody say. You know, that's life, that's evolution, that's your legacy. That's number one. So, and you'll use football to help support that.
Right.
Yes, sir. That was a great answer, bro. That was an answer coming from a father that cared. The academics and future goals. Why did you choose Kansas for your college career?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I chose Kansas because it was the biggest school that offered me.
Okay. Okay.
And at the time, they was trying to fill their recruiting class. So really, I feel like I wasn't even really no priority.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it worked out the best for me. Like, what I'm doing now, like, probably ain't picture that in the beginning, but it worked out for me.
Yes, sir, it did. What was your breakout moment or game you think that let Kansas know that, hey, they got a good cornerback over here?
Probably my red shirt freshman year. Well, it wasn't really no red shirt year because it was COVID. Then that year came. The year right after COVID, I had caught my first interception, but I got caught by the quarterback. So I ain't hear that. I literally still hear jokes about that to this day.
Mm-hmm. How you get caught by the quarterback? I want to hear that. You gonna make me Google that.
So it was versus Duke. This is the first game my mom ever came to. So like I catch the pick. I was cheesing from when I caught the pick till I got caught. Like I'm smiling hard, like laughing.
Did you realize somebody was in pursuit of you?
Yeah,
or?
I'm looking at him. I reached back to try to stiff arm. Like I was more happy than anything. Like I wasn't even focused on what was going on. I was just happy.
How important is education to you, and what are you? Well, you graduate. So what's your degree in?
My degree was in liberal arts.
Okay.
You know, for like half of you when you in school be like, man, I ain't gonna never use none of this, like in life. Then another half be like, man, I might need a tape. Like whether you can learn one thing from school that you gonna feel like you gonna need in life. So education is a big role. Like most people may not feel like that, but I feel like later on down in life, like it's gonna be one thing you learned in school that you're gonna take with you.
Right. That you need to use in life. Right. Have you thought about what you want after your football career?
It's in the works.
Okay. How do you stay motivated to excel both on the field and just in your personal life?
Like to this point right here in life, like my mama worked like 3 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs. I had a son. That's really all the motivation I need. That's it. Like,
I feel you. That's motivation. So it sounds like really, in essence, you're a family man.
of course.
Okay. Okay. How do you see yourself contributing in the community after your college life, or even during or after your NFL career?
Like I said, growing up, like it wasn't no role models in my city. Like we got a couple players in the NFL right now, like Leonard Williams, Tank Dell, Ricardo Allen was one of them. He went to
Purdue.
Right.
Yes, sir.
The players that's in college now, those people, those are people that the kids can look up to. But, you know, like I said, athletes ain't got a whole lot of time.
Right.
So
right.
everybody, all them people that I named, they probably can't get back to the city and host their camp this year. So the years that they can't do it, I plan on not stepping on nobody's toes and getting in there doing,
Just contributing.
right, doing me a camp
Right.
and go from there.
Right. You know, one thing when it comes to that, when you say stepping on toes, I don't really think you'll be stepping on toes because I just don't think it's enough people that's doing that.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if y'all have 5 or 6 guys doing the same thing, hopefully they can coordinate it where they're doing it at different times. That's good for the community, you know? So just flipping back to where you started from and who you started with, can you mention the three beautiful women in your family and the young man that, which he's older than you, but the young man that helped you throughout life, can you just throw that out in the universe again so we can hear their names?
My mom, Shanette Lord, my grandma, Shaquetta Lord, my other grandma, Lena Bush, and my stepfather, Jansen Williams.
Okay. And your son?
Kaysen.
So with that being said, that's the core of who you are, your foundation, and which motivates you and you thrive to. Can you tell the public, the YouTube channel, the potential NFL teams that looking at you, who is Mello Dotson?
Quiet person, observant person, very humble person, family guy, hard worker.
Okay. With that, in closure, this is what I like to say. I know, and other people know, that you are one of the premier cornerbacks in the nation, with your partner in crime, Kobe Bryant. I believe y'all the best dual cornerbacks in the nation. For all the fan base, please check out Mello Dotson. He's fun to watch at cornerback, him and Kobe Bryant, especially if you want to see some interceptions, some knockdowns, some pick six, even tackling. He said he's working on his tackling, but I done seen him blow boys' wheels off.
The numbers up there.
Yeah, the numbers up, like you said.
They ain't pretty, but they up there.
Yeah, yes, sir. So we're here at the House of Athletes in Tampa, Florida, where we're getting some good workouts in, and we're doing shooting social media content. This is Mello Dotson from the University of Kansas. Check him out this season and cheer for him. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.